Good morning, everyone. Welcome. This is Joseph Romeo at Remax Executive Realty and RomeoRealEstate.Live, where we review the new listings every single day. And today we are joined by Jason Danowski at Motto Mortgage for a message for all of us regarding interest rates and some information regarding the market. This is a pre-recorded message, but I'm very happy that he has shared it with us. Let's take a look.
Hey, happy Monday. Quick market update. First thing I want to dive into is last week, the Federal Reserve raised the Fed funds rate by 1/4 of a point. If you've got clients out there that are worried about the market, remember to educate them. The Federal Reserve does not set mortgage rates. So this rate hike does not mean that mortgage rates went up by 1/4 point. Not even close. In fact, mortgage rates got a little bit better, and we'll get into that in this week's update. But again, make sure your clients are educated, they're updated, and they understand that, not to go by the headlines on what's going on in the marketplace. In keeping with that, we just saw another report come out that said that the median sale price was down 0.02%. Now, here's the problem is everyone in the media is crying the sky's falling, talking about how awful it is, and for the first time in forever, property values are going down. Wrong. The median sale price, which if you're listening to this recording, you know what median sale price means. And you know of what type of measure that is and how that figure is determined. That being down 0.02% is a absolute non-issue. Especially when we sit there and say, okay, well, didn't we get Case Shiller like a few weeks ago? And they said that year over year, home appreciation was at 4.6%. We did. It was. This is how the media manipulates headlines. Bad news always generates a lot more interest, more clicks, more commercials, more whatever. So make sure you're showing up in the marketplace and you're educating your clients, you're educating your prospects to understand that home prices, technically according to this metric, didn't go down. As far as Case-Shiller is concerned, we're up about 4.5% year over year. Again, just make sure your clients are educated. Back to the Federal Reserve in this 1/4 of a point hike and where the market's headed. We had all these bank crises, sorry about that. We've had these bank crises, and I'm not sure if those have directly benefited mortgage rates. What I can tell you definitely helped is the commentary following the Fed's announcement of the 25 basis point hike. It's not always about what they do, it's what they say in the press conference after. And you've heard me talk, if you ever check these weekly updates, I've been talking about how shelter costs are a big piece of the PCE report and the CPI report, and that rents are lagging, and the data showing that rent costs are actually decelerating, which would bring inflationary numbers down, which would make everybody feel a lot better. That data just hasn't caught up yet. And finally, Jerome Powell acknowledged this in a press conference. He talked about the fact that rents have been decelerating. He talked about the fact that this data lags and will eventually start to show up in the reports. Bond markets responded very, very positively to that commentary. While the Fed's not 100% on the ball, and God knows they've been late to the party on inflation, it does show that there's a level of awareness and that their actions are going to be predicated based on that level of awareness, that shelter costs will eventually catch up, the lag will eventually come current, and that will, in its own, bring down the inflationary figures. Now, we're not expecting to see a whole lot of that in this week's PCE report. We're expecting kind of a flat report, nothing crazy, because we're comparing year over year to 2022 figures that really were better than where we're sitting this year in the first place, or just not off by much. We're still seeing May 10th as kind of a turning point again, just like we had back in October, where hopefully that data starts to catch up from these recent hikes. And hopefully we start to see some of that shelter cost data catch up to the reporting and maybe see those inflation numbers look a little bit better year over year. We're going to have to wait and see, but those are the big things on our radar right now. Hope you found this information helpful. If there's anything else I can do for you, feel free to reach out anytime. Have a great week.
And thank you very much, Jason, for providing that content. If any of my other partners out there would like to provide content for the stream, please feel free to reach out. I would be happy to share it. But without further ado, I'd like to get into the new listings of the day. If you're new to the stream, there is a online form that you can fill out to get on my active buyer list. Just fill out that form and I'll get back to you afterwards. And right now I'm going to be looking for my active buyers and sellers just to see if we have any matches or any comparable properties. So first off, we're starting out with this property, 198 Harvard Street in Bolton. It's a $1.3 million home. I mean, obviously very upscale, nice curb appeal. Let's see, they've got some nice inlays in the floor, so I like seeing those touches. I'm seeing the big windows, the trim. So hopefully you're going to see a lot of nice details in here to really justify that price. I mean, very well staged, well decorated, well kept. Ooh, this is a nice room. Who wouldn't want this closet? This is great. Primary bath, very nice. Oh, I love what they did with the finished basement too. That's nice. Because it's kind of open, but they give it a little bit of separation, but it's still open. Beautifully landscaped. Very nice. Next up, we got 163 Rice Ave in Northborough. 3-tab roof, cape home, tall ceilings. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, this looks different on the inside than I would have expected, but I'm definitely digging it. I don't have any buyers in Northborough right now, so I'm just kind of quickly going through this. And let's see, we got new construction in Rutland. We don't look into new construction. 14 High Street in Holden. So, I mean, this one's at $300,000, so I'm not expecting much at this price point in this town. Yeah. Someone's gonna have to come in here and do some work, turn it into their own little special project. And lastly, we got 326 Holden Street in Holden. So same town, lower price point. This one actually looks like it's in better condition. This looks like a great buy. I think this is an excellent buy. Let's see, what are we looking at? So okay, it's a 1-bed, 1-bath house, 642 square feet. That's why the price is what it is. I mean, I was looking at this, I was thinking that this maybe should be a higher price point, but with the 1-bed, 1-bath, I get it. I get where they're going with that. But now that's it for today. Thank you for joining the stream. As always, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.